Okay, I believe we are live. Yeah, we appear to be live. Hey, folks! Thanks so much for joining us here in Paper Computer Games once again. I am joined here today by Yak, aka Pat Dan Draws on YouTube and Instagram, and he will be playing my new paper computer game, The Maze. He will be the first player to ever play that game. So, yeah, thanks for joining us. I think we had, or at least we had, Happle Scrones in chat. So thanks for being here, Happle Scrones, and anyone else who is here. And yeah. So Yak, how you feeling? You ready to tackle the maze?
Oh, I think I'm more ready than I've ever been
All right.
to tackle the maze.
That's what I like.
I think I think the most exciting thing for me is that I haven't seen either the Epic Underworlds version of the game, because I believe this is a remake, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Epic Underworlds version, nor have I seen the Zack version. So I am completely uninitiated, and I have no preconceived notions of what I'm gonna get into here.
Okay, fantastic. Well, with that being the case, let's dive right in. So, to set some background, all right. So you are playing as Bernard. Okay, Bernard is the character that you're playing as. In case there's any confusion, like, not talking about my dad, but the Epic Worlds PCG character Bernard you're playing as. And basically, you just kind of like you're just kind of going out about your business as normal, and then you just kind of wake up here. Okay, so let's see. This is you over here. This is sort of like an overhead view. And, over here to your left, there is a machete on the ground. There's a wooden tree over here. And, like, these are hedges. This is, like, the entrance to a maze over here. So, yeah, what do you do?
One thing I've noticed on the stream is that your audio sounds like a little bit echoey. Do you have like two audio sources going right now, perhaps?
Ooh, let's see. Mic and audio input capture? What is that one? Ah.
How about now? Is that better?
Oh yeah, that sounds better.
Perfect.
There we go. We got it.
All right. Good catch. Thank you. And by the way, hello to the new folks in chat. Hey, Marina/Red Rocks, and hey to King Can't Draw. I believe that's formerly King Froggy. And Critical Productions. Thank you all for being here. Anyway, yeah. So Yak. Yeah. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm the guy in the bottom, right?
Yep. This is
Bernard.
you right over here.
Okay. And from what I mean, I would only have to assume what I'm looking at here is a maze, judging by the title of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's only, I mean, I think
conclusion.
that's fair,
Yeah.
fair assumption. So, what is that like shrine looking thing, the Y shape in front of me?
Yeah, so that looks like a weird, like, it's a statue on a pedestal. So this is like the pedestal over here. And the statue is of a weird figure. It doesn't have any arms. It's like a head on a, mounted on a stick, which is mounted on like a little tripod. And it's got like two big tufts of hair coming out of, the head. like almost looks like one might call it like some sort of clown on a stick almost, but it's just a statue on a pedestal.
Intriguing. I mean, I've certainly never seen anything as weird as that before, so maybe I don't know, maybe somebody in chat might know something about that. But I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
What about the thing to my right? It looks like there might be like a figure of a person perhaps there, or some kind of humanoid.
Like over here, um, this is a dead tree. It's got lots of
Okay, the dead tree.
yeah, it's got lots of quality wood. It looks like it wouldn't be too hard to cut into.
It does appear though that the tree is possibly the same height as me. Is that am I seeing that correctly?
It's a little bit taller than you. It's a pretty short tree, so I'd say it's like maybe 9 feet tall, something like that.
Okay, interesting. Um, I would say I'm just gonna like break off some of the branches maybe and just and carry them with me in my inventory.
Alrighty, you got some branches. Um, I get. Um, as for keeping track of inventory, like, are you able to keep track of inventory, or otherwise I could like keep a record of it, I guess.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right,
I
cool,
can get the inventory all sorted.
cool. Thank you.
Um, I'm going to go up to the nondescript stick statue. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe it has a name on it. Like, do I see any particular writings or anything?
Yeah. There's like an inscription on the base, and it says Zuvak, and it says below that it says touch this statue to summon me if you need any assistance.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to touch the statue and attempt to summon Zuvek.
All right. At first, when you touch the statue, nothing happens, and you're just like, all right, this is ridiculous. But right when you're about to let go, you feel like a weird, like, tingle, like there's, like, electric energy under your hands, and then it grows bigger, and it's like. And then, like, the statue is, like, with a pop, is replaced by a living, well, not living, like a robotic but real clown on a stick that looks the same as the statue. And it goes, oh, greetings. I'm Zuvak.
Oh, hey, what's up, Zuvek? How are you doing?
Uh, I am well. I was just in the middle of an important mission, but I seem to have been summoned here. Where am I exactly?
You know what? I was hoping you would know. I was thinking the exact same thing because I actually I mean it appears we're in a maze of some sort, a hedge maze. I would presume, and I'm trying to deduce what exactly like is the route I should take in this particular juncture. I was hoping you might be able to deduce a proper course of action for me here.
He says, intriguing. We appear. Well, from long experience, I can tell you that mazes are more dangerous than they seem. I would advise avoiding it at all costs. Just go back the way you came. It's not worth it. I've had many of my associates. One in particular keeps getting stuck in mazes, and I don't recommend them.
You know what? That's a great piece of advice, Zuvek. So you know what I'm gonna do? You know what? I feel that you're maybe like the most intelligent person I've met so far in this maze out of all the fine folk I've met. Numerous numerous people that I've encountered so far, and in accordance with your advice, I'm just gonna halt my maze exploration right here. I feel like we've seen just about enough of this thing. I mean, that's that's about all I need to say.
Excellent. An excellent choice. Very, very wise.
Then I'll like grab Zuvak and I'll just carry him with me and walk up to that next like section of the maze
All right.
with that figure standing there.
Alrighty. So
Yeah, that right there.
cool. So you walk up to that guy, and that is a troll, and he's like, "Get out! Get out!"
I'm gonna say, is this like, is this? Are you guarding this maze? Should I? Is there something that I should not be seeing?
He says, "Yes, you should not be seeing this maze. Leave." And he holds his big spiky club up threateningly.
Um, I'm gonna tell him like, I was sent here on a super super important mission. Like it decides the fate of all life on this planet, and it is crucial that I'm able to get through this maze in order to save your own family, your own friends and family will perish if you don't let me pass.
He goes, "No excuses!" Rah! And he charges at you and smashes you in the head with the club, and you die.
Okay, save game. Um, before I went up to him, and I'm gonna ask Zuvak about that guy and ask him if he knows any info, or if he can tell me anything about perhaps this man and what he might be doing in this maze.
Zuvak says, "Well, he appears to be a troll. I've heard tell of them. I believe I may have encountered one once or twice, but I have no idea why he'd be in this maze or what he's doing here. Sorry, that's all I can tell you. He does seem very serious about his threats. Maybe we should do as he says and go back the way we came."
That's a smart move, Zuvak. I'm gonna throw him at the troll, and like use him as a distraction, and then try and run past.
Okay, you throw him at the troll as a distraction, and while he's in midair, the troll smashes Zuvak with his club, breaks Zuvak in half. Zuvak's like, "Oh!" And the two halves of Zuvak clatter onto the ground. You're running past, and you almost make it, but then he trips you with his leg, and he comes at you with the club, and he's about to smash you again. What do you do?
Okay, so he's in this split second. I feel like my adrenaline kicks in. I see this club coming at me. I feel like my first course of action, my first thought that comes to my head, I'm going to use my ultra fast reflexes that I've developed over the course of my life as Bernard, the action hero that we all know him to be, to swiftly roll out of the way of the club and zoom past the troll as quick as I can.
All right, so you roll out of the way of the club. The club smashes to the ground right next to you, and the vibrations are actually strong enough that you like it stops you from getting up. But you're able to crawl away, and so you make it partway. You make it partway down this passage, but the troll is like coming after you. He's like, "You will die." What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to. Uh, what is the which passage have I run down? Am I to the right or to the left?
To the right, this one over here.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's one you
And
did, but unless you wanted to run down the other one.
no, that I mean that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
And to the right, like where there's another walkway, and there's these there appears to be some things sticking out of the hedges. What is that?
Those look like vines.
Vines. Okay. I away while the troll is chasing me, and in the hopes that he maybe gets caught up in the vines or trips on them or something.
Okay, so you run this way, and the vines actually reach out and grab you and entangle you and start pulling you into the bush. And you're struggling with the vines, but you're getting pulled in, and as you do, the troll catches up to you and smashes you over the head, and that's the end of that.
Okay. Save game. Back to I'm gonna go back to before I threw Zuvak because he's kind of a good friend of mine. I feel a little bad,
Alright.
you know. In hindsight, maybe not the greatest plan.
Yeah.
But I will before you know what before I even approach the troll, I'm going to just go back out the maze, and look to my right and to my left and just kind of like see what like where is the area that I'm in.
Okay, so you're just in the middle of a vast, like, arid wasteland. You can't see anything in any direction. Yeah, looks like you would be walking for days to get anywhere, except to go into the maze. The only thing on, there's the dead tree and maybe a few other dead trees scattered around the area as well. But, nothing different than this one that's nearby. And additionally, to your left, there is also a machete on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, I will pick up that machete. That seems important.
Alrighty.
That
You got the machete.
definitely seems of use to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go back. I'll go up to the troll and I'll tell him I have sourced some very valuable club making wood that would like greatly enhance any club wielder. And it's like enchanted basically so that anyone who
He interrupts you. I have no interest in any deals. You get out now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, regardless of if you have interest in any deals, this isn't necessarily a deal. It's more so just like this is like a necessity. You know, you
He
need
holds
this.
up his club. Get
So-
out or you die.
Okay, I'm going to. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Zuvak. I'm gonna tell him. So, Zuvak, I have a plan. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go up to this troll and I'm gonna tell him like that this branch is like the strongest weapon in the world, right? The strongest weapon in the universe. And I'm gonna tell him that as proof that I will I will attack you with it. I will attack you with the branch. And you're gonna need to. Here's what you're gonna need to do for me, Zuvak. You're gonna need to feign getting bested by this branch, which is obviously something you would never do. You being a real physical master, just acrobatic genius, you would obviously be able to easily get out of the way of this branch.
Of course.
But-
Of course.
I'm going to fake tap you with this branch, and you're gonna act like it's the hardest hit you ever experienced. You're gonna just deflate on the ground. Can you do that for me, Zuvak?
You bet.
Okay. I don't know why you're willing to go along with this. I thought you were the one who was telling me to leave the maze like just a second ago.
He says, "Well, yeah, but you know, I'm not one to turn down a good maze adventure. I mean, if that's what's happening, I'm not going to be the party pooper
Okay.
here."
Yeah, fair enough. You know what? You've always been a big partier, Zuvak. So that is something I really value about you.
Exactly.
So I'm going to so we're gonna go up to the troll and I'm gonna give him the spiel. I'm gonna tell him like this branch is better than any club that you will ever. It may look like an ordinary branch. You might think, hey, this guy probably just like picked this up off of one of the dead trees outside the maze. But no, I did not do that. In fact, I forged this in a lab. It was a scientific process over the course of thousands of years. Scientists were really working and training and testing.
He says, "I have
various
no interest in
types
any
of
deals.
wood."
Get out."
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, in the interest of proving to you that this is the strongest weapon ever, I will display its power for you.
He
Would
says,
you like me
I
to?
don't
Would you like
care.
me to
I
do
don't
that?
care if it's the strongest weapon. Get out.
Okay, I'm gonna bonk Zubek over the head with it, and I'm gonna give him I'm just gonna kind of wink at him. I wink at Zubek, saying like, play dead.
All right, you bonk him over the head, and he goes, "Oh!" and his head lolls back, and he kind of falls over backwards a little bit into the shrub. So he's leaning against the shrub, and the troll goes, "Get out!"
Okay. I'm gonna say, you know what? Seeing as you won't accept my deal, who's to say I can't just use this branch to attack you? What? How? In this battle, who do you think is gonna win? The man with the most powerful weapon in the universe, or the man with a mere simple club?
Try your luck.
Okay. Here. Okay. I am going to. I'm going to toss the branch at his face. And then in the hopes that maybe it will distract him for a moment. And while he is kind of swatting at this branch, I'll pull out my machete and I will I honestly I feel bad attempting any lethal damage on this troll, but it's not like he wouldn't do the same to me. So I'll slice at his legs, at his feet, in an attempt to hinder his ability to maneuver around this maze and follow me.
All right.
And then I'll try and back off.
All right. So you throw the stick at his face. He smashes it with the club. While he's doing that, you attack his feet with the machete, and yeah, you're able to get a good stab in on his foot. He's like, "Ah!" and he like staggers back. There's like green troll blood welling up from his foot. He clutches at it. Then he gets angry and he's like about to lunge at you, but I'd say you have just enough time to get past him if you like. And yeah, he is like, now he's not going to be able to keep up with you, what with an injured foot.
Okay, so I will run past him and go down that and go examine. Actually, I'll check out the fountain actually before anything else.
Okay, so you're checking out the fountain. The fountain appears to be It is well, it's a fountain. There's like a big, there's water around the edge of it, and at the center there's like a platform with like a statue on it. It's a weird statue of sort of like a large, tall figure with, with a snout on his head, and he's got these two. These are horns coming out from his head and pointing forwards, and then on the sides of him, these are two like snake statues, and out of the mouths of the snake statues, that's where the water is coming from that feeds back into the fountain.
Interesting. Is he holding something?
Yeah, sorry. He's holding like a staff above his head. It's not like, it doesn't have any energy coming out of it or anything. It's just like a wooden, like it looks like it would be a wooden club or something.
Right. Thank you for clarifying, because whenever I see a staff, I would expect energy to be coming out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of climb over to where the statues are and see if I can try and rip the staff out of his hands.
All right. You climb up onto the statue, but you can't get the staff out. It is like, it's part of the statue. It's just one big stone figure. I mean, so without
Right.
smashing the stone somehow, it won't come out.
Of course. I expect as much. I'm going to look like in the outer ring where all the water is, see if there's maybe any coins, or and maybe somebody's made some wishes in there. I could scrounge up some funds.
Yeah, actually, you do find a few coins. They're weird, some sort of like, looks like bronze, but there's words on the coins that you just like don't recognize. And yeah, so like, I'm gonna say you find 5 coins of various sizes with images of figures you've never seen or heard of. They're badly rusted, and yeah.
Okay. By the way, do I remember like how I got here? Do I know how I got to the maze?
You just kind of woke up here. You were going about your business like normal, and then you just wake up here and you're like, what? So yeah, you don't remember getting.
Okay. I don't know why I asked. I just should have expected as much.
Indeed.
Okay, I'm going to go this time to the left, to the bottom left,
Okay.
where that passage is, next to where the troll was,
Like,
and see what's going on over there. Yeah.
all right. So this passage takes you over here. You can see there is like this sort of, it's like a puddle of water on the ground, but you can kind of see, you can almost kind of see like a scene through it. And other than that, there's some more passages that go off in different directions from here. So yeah, what do you do?
You say I can see a scene through it? Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's
And what do you mean by a scene?
honestly, like, when you look through the puddle, you kind of, for a sec, like, it looks like a reflection, but it can't be a reflection because that doesn't make sense. There's nothing here for it to be reflecting, but it looks like you're seeing like a maze, not this maze, but like another maze, from an aerial view almost. Like,
Okay.
it's like you see
And
different passageways within the maze, within the other maze. There's like you can see guy like that. Oh, thanks for being here, Compec. Have a good day. Sorry.
I'm going to like stick my head into the puddle.
Okay. It's just an ordinary puddle of water right now. So you just bump your face against the ground and you get your face wet.
Okay. I meant to do that. It was a refreshment is what I was thinking there.
Well,
Uh,
you Spectacularly succeeded.
How refreshed do I feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say maybe a 2. It's kind of dirty water. I mean, well, not super dirty or anything, but like it's a puddle on the ground. There's dust and dirt and whatever in it.
All right, I'll add to my inventory 2 points of refreshment.
Okay.
Um, what is so it looks like there's like a little just a section off to the right side of the puddle,
Hmm.
and it looks like it's just a dead end there. Is there anything over there?
Nope, it's just a dead end.
Okay. If I reach like into the bushes, how like can I reach through to the other side, or like do I just feel leaves, or do I feel anything odd?
You just feel well. Like first of all, these bushes are super scratchy. So like when you try to push through them, you can't. Like they're super dense and super scratchy, and you can't make it that far. You can like maybe push your hand like maybe a foot into them. You definitely can't make it to the other side, and you don't feel anything special or interesting within them.
Okay. I'll continue on to the left, where the passage leads down, and to
Okay.
the left. Yeah, right there.
All right. So that takes you. That takes you over here, and you come out there. Um, so immediately,
Exciting stuff. Okay.
indeed. So over here, there is another puddle like the one you just encountered. And yeah, what do you do?
I'm gonna look at the puddle and and see if there's a similar scene depicted.
There is another scene. Let me like hold this a bit closer so you can see it. So this is like a forest scene. It looks like you can see various paths branching off, and trees, and looks like the paths lead up to different places, and that's basically all you can see.
What is the dirtiness level of this water? Would you say it's quite dirty?
It's about the same as the other one.
All right, I'll stick my face in the puddle.
Alrighty. Uh, you feel refreshed, but
Um,
also gross.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That is exactly what I like to hear. Okay, I'll continue down this path to the left and see what I come across that way.
Alright. Alright, you're continuing down to the left, and when you come up this way, there's a troll over here with a sword, and he's guarding this little sub passage over here. And then there's a troll over here as well, and he's guarding that. But this guy is like he's just standing here. He's gonna stay guarding this. So yeah, what do you do?
I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna say, "Hey, what's up? I'm Bernard, not the Zach's dad Bernard, the other Bernard, action hero, PCG character, all the good stuff." Um,
He goes, "Oh,
I
Bernard."
actually, yeah, Bernard, that's right.
He goes, "Oh, Bernard, it's nice to meet you. Uh, my condolences though about your life, which is forfeit." And he stabs you through the chest.
Okay. Same game, same game. Um, I'll save game back to before I introduce myself, and this time I'll walk up with an extreme sense of urgency. I'll go, Hey, you're the boss sent me over here. He told me that we gotta go congregate to the meeting room. There's something very important happening. There's an intruder who just entered the maze. We have to go over there right now.
He goes, "Wait, the boss said that?"
Yeah, the boss did. He said that. He told me personally.
He goes, but wait. There's an intruder in the. Wait, but aren't you? Wait, but you're not. Like he just looks very confused.
I don't know what the confusion is here. Listen. You have a job to do here, and I'm gonna get you. I listen. I have connections around here. I feel like you are not sufficiently doing your job here. You're not adding any value to what we've got going on here in this maze, and you're gonna get booted if you don't follow instructions. This is basic instructions. You're exhibiting unemployable behaviors right now.
Oh! Shoot! I'm sorry. I'll meet the boss at once, and he runs off to meet the boss.
Sweet. I'm going to check out the passageway he was guarding.
Okay. It ends in a dead end, but you find a glowing purple sphere.
Interesting. Is it?
I'd say like that.
Okay. And does it look kind of like? Would you describe it like, I guess, like a, I don't know, like a fortune teller glass ball kind of thing?
Yeah. It looks kind of like a crystal ball, but it's yeah, because it's like a glass sphere with like swirling purple energy inside. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, will I get out of this maze? And I'll shake it.
Nothing happens.
Dang. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna like put it right up next to my eye and see if I see anything inside.
You just see swirling purple, but it's super mesmerizing.
Okay. I'll run over to the puddle, and I'll just like set it down in the puddle.
Okay. When you set it down in the puddle kind of responds to its presence. It's like you see like a purple like energy flow through the puddle or something, but like it just seems like there's not enough of whatever it is, because beyond that nothing happens.
Does the water seem any cleaner at this point?
Not cleaner. It still has all the dust in it, but it does seem more like shimmery, like, as if it's full of energy somehow.
Perfect. I'll stick my head in the puddle.
And by the way, I should also mention, you do also see the scene a little bit more clearly. But when you stick your head in the puddle, it feels a little tingly, like it's sort of like electrical energy, but it doesn't hurt or anything. And still the same thing happens. Your face just bumps against the ground.
Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping. Okay. I'll pick up the purple ball, and I'll just carry it with me in my inventory.
Alrighty.
I'm going to real quick. I'm gonna go back. Actually, when I walked past the troll to get over here, did I see what the troll was doing? Was he still there?
The first troll, the one on the first screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he had returned to his default area and was tending to his wounded foot.
Okay. I'm gonna go back over to him real quick, and I'm gonna say, hey, look at what happened to your foot. You want that to happen again? Just stay where you are. I have an important question. I'm gonna pull out the ball, and I'm gonna ask him, like, what do you know about this ball?
He says, "Stay away from those. Get out of the maze."
Okay, I'm going to Is Zuvek still at the podium?
I thought you took him with you. I guess not.
Okay,
It's
yeah. I wanted to take her with me, but I don't think I said it.
that's
I don't
true.
think I said it outright.
That's true. Well, okay. Well, if you wanted to, I'll say you did because I had imagined that you had. I'm not so. Um, if it was your intention, then I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't have.
Okay, cool. Then I'll ask him like, do you know what's up with the puddles around here?
He says, "No idea, but one of them looks familiar to me. The first one we saw."
Familiar how?
I'm sure I've seen that location somewhere before. It's from one of my associates' former adventures. It's I, could you bring me over to see it again?
Okay, we'll walk over to the puddle and I'll hold him right in front of it to see.
Okay, so you go over to this puzzle and he looks into it. He's like, yes, yes. I do believe that was the maze that my associate Zach had to overcome in that adventure where he got sucked through time and there were there were dinosaurs and aliens and such.
Uh, okay, interesting.
I do believe
Dinosaurs and aliens, you say?
it was a whole story. You know, you had to be there. But the point is, it was a dangerous maze. You know the sorts of mazes that pop up all over the place. It was filled with traps and guys with motorcycles and such. You know how it is. It was one of those.
Right, of course, of course. Yeah, I've been in the guys with motorcycles mazes before. It's typical.
Of course.
Uh, I'm thinking, I'm thinking that these mazes maybe they're connected somehow. Maybe that this maze and all the other mazes are somehow there's some kind of higher higher power, higher being, company like individual, who's managing the. Know anything about that?
A fascinating hypothesis. I'd often wondered at how so many similar mazes pop up all over the place, but it never occurred to me that there might be a connection between them. But now that you mention it, might be worth investigation.
That I mean, I think we'll get some answers fairly soon. These trolls seem like they're very willing to divulge information, so we'll get we'll get some good answers out of them. I'll um I'll go back to the other screen uh and um and go talk to that talk to the troll in front of the little sectioned off hedge.
This guy.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
So, all right, you go and you talk to that guy, and he like immediately tries to attack you. This one is like angrier than the other trolls. He's like, "Ah, get out, get out, get out!" Ah!
I'm going to offer him three rusted bronze coins in exchange for letting me pass.
He doesn't even say anything. He just smashes your head in.
Okay, save game. Um, I won't do that. I will instead of approaching him directly, I'll see if I can go to the opposite side where he is, and like try and climb over the hedge, perhaps.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. The hedge is like legit 25 feet tall, and it's super it's like spiky and maybe not 25, but either way, it's really, really tall. And the branches are not like, there aren't any like thick branches to support your weight. It's just super thick bramble. So when you try to climb, you keep like falling back down as branches collapse under your weight, and you keep hurting yourself, and your arms get scratched up in the process. So you aren't able to really climb up there.
Okay. I'll pull out my machete and see if I can try and cut through the hedge in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's just like you just find yourself like you just can't like you find yourself working at it. Minutes go by, it's turning into 20 minutes and then half an hour, but you're just hacking at you get like lots of little leaves chopped off and they fall into the ground, and like maybe some twigs and some branches, but like you're not really making much progress. It's just way too thick. There's too much of it, and there aren't any like each swing doesn't like cut off a big chunk. It cuts off just a few little pieces, so yeah, it's just not really working.
Okay. Understandable. I believe I'm gonna ask Zuvek. Zuvek, what experience do you have in combat? Do you think you could teach me some moves before I encounter any more fierce trolls?
He says, "Well, I did learn a few combat tricks from my associates. Zach learned karate back in the day. Well, all right. Hold your hand like so, and he gives you some instructions on how to do a karate move, which he calls tackle, and yeah, that tells you how to tackle people, and yeah."
Let's go. Okay, I learned the move tackle. This is insane. I think that we will. I think we'll successfully implement this. I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to go over to that troll and that troll who was going to attack me, and throw the purple glass ball at his face and just see what happens.
He smashes it with his club, and it doesn't break, but it like smacks into the ground, and there's like a puff of energy, and then he smashes your face with the club.
Okay, save game. To before I did that, I will instead. You know what? I'll ignore this guy for now. I'll go to the right.
Okay.
To the very to the upper right where there's like a similar. I can't really make out anything that's happening
Like
because
over here.
because it's very small on my screen. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll see what I see there.
So this is kind of like a short cliff. It's like maybe 15 feet tall, and you're at the bottom of it over here. So it looks like the only way to get whatever's up here would be to come around from this side. And yeah.
Okay. I'll go over to the guy that's right to the left of that.
This guy?
And I will I'll hold out 5 bronze coins. I won't say anything, I'll just hold 5 bronze coins in my hand and walk up to him.
Alright, he comes over to you, looks at the bronze coins, smacks them out of your hand, and then smacks you in the face and says, "Get out of this maze."
Okay. For that, and I'm just gonna go on I'm just gonna go keep following the path on the very edge.
Okay, so you're like up around this way?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you do that, you go up this way, and that takes you
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's like two paths crossing here. Does that mean one of them is on top and then one of them's on bottom?
Yeah, this one that you're on is on top, and then this one is underneath. So this is like a bridge that passes over the lower one.
What is the bridge made of?
Um, Stone.
Okay, interesting. Has the ground throughout the maze been made of stone?
It's mostly been dirt with some places that are like cobblestone or something like that.
Okay. Interesting construction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to go talk to the guy who's standing on the bridge.
All right. He just looks like an ordinary guy. He's not a troll or anything. You go over and talk to him, and he's like, "Oh, who are you? Are you lost in here too?"
I'm going to say I'm not lost at all actually. I know exactly where I am. I'm just taking a hike out for my morning stroll. Uh
He's
are
like,
you are how did you get in here?
"I don't know. I, I, I woke up outside of this. I don't know. It's almost hard to remember. It's like I've been wandering around here forever, and I'm just so lost. I'm trying to get out, but yeah, I'm just going. It feels like I'm going around in circles. I must have been to this through this passage a dozen times, but I can't tell. I mean, they're all just hedges. After a while, they all start to like blur together. I don't know where I'm going. I need to get out of here. I need to get home. I don't know how long I've even been here. Can you help me?
Have you seen the trolls around?
Oh God, yeah, they keep attacking me. I've had to yeah, I've had to run and dodge a few times. One of them nearly killed me.
That I mean, it's impressive that you made it this long, honestly. But seeing as I know the way out, it would only make sense if you tagged along. Of course, as seeing as you want to get out. I mean, if you want to stay here forever, feel free to stay on the bridge. I guess.
He's like, oh, are you sure? Like you know the way out?
Well, you're just gonna have to follow me for a little bit because I gotta follow my usual route. But they have changed it a little bit since yesterday morning.
He's like, he
Uh,
goes,
it's got
okay, thank you. Wait, are you sure we shouldn't just keep going this way? I feel like maybe I don't know. I don't know. Kind of feel like maybe we should. I don't know. Like go this way.
I mean, I'll I guess if it's what you're feeling, I'll follow you. But what is your name, by the way?
He's like, oh, I'm I'm uh, uh, John.
John. Good name. I'm Bernard.
And he goes, nice
It's
to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you, John.
He kind of like snaps
I'm
out of it a bit. He's like, thank you so much for helping me. We got to get out of here.
Oh, of course, anytime. This place isn't as scary as it seems. You just kind of gotta. Hey, take a look at this purple ball. What do you feel when you look at this thing?
He looks into it and his eyes just kind of like unfocus, and he's like, "Whoa, he just kind of stares, and like his voice trails off.
All right, I'll pull away the ball and kind of give him a little slap on the face to snap him out of it, and I'll introduce him to Zulek. I'll be like, hey, I'll be like, hey, sorry, you just kind of you dozed off for a second there, had to
Oh,
had to get your attention. But
oh, thank
this
you,
is
thank you.
my This is my buddy. This is my buddy Zuvak. I mean, we go way back, but I think you guys will really hit it off.
He goes, "Oh, nice to meet you. Whatever you are." And Zubak's like, "A pleasure." By the way, I just want to like respond to something in chat real fast. Somebody named CJ is saying, "Wait, so how does this work?" Basically, Yak is playing, and he just says what he's like. His character is in the maze, and he's gonna. Basically, he just says what he's trying to do, and I tell him what happens, like if it works or not. So yeah. Anyway, so sorry. So yeah, Zuvak responds to that, and yeah, they seem nicely acquainted. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to. I mean, assuming that John is gonna want to follow me. I mean, he can kind of do what he wants. I don't really.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem like he's gonna be of much help, to be honest. So, I mean, this is honestly my companionship with people. So far as his helpfulness, doesn't seem to be high on the scale. So maybe I'll just follow. I'll go on the path upwards.
This one.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, you did tell him to follow along, so he is following that. So you gave him something to latch onto, so he's latched onto you. So, yeah, he goes with you, and you go up this way, and that takes you. Here. You come out over. Wait. Yeah, you come out over here.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that this puddle looks very interesting. I'm gonna take a peek at this puddle.
Alrighty. So, you go look in this puddle, and let me show this so you can see it more clearly. So this looks like another maze, and it looks like a maze in this circular area with three major paths going off from it. At the center of it, there's like what looks like a flying saucer, like landed, not flying, but like a UFO. And there's some paths going off this way as well. And Zuvak actually, he immediately goes, "Huh, that one looks familiar too."
I'm gonna say, "Hey, John, check this out," and then I'm gonna put my face in the puddle.
And all right, John just looks like, "Huh? What are you doing, man?"
It's refreshing. Try it. It's good. It's good. Sometimes the maze gets you a little confused, and this can help out a little bit.
Ah, true. He puts his face in the puddle. Whoa. You're right. That does help.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it the whole time, and it gets me going. It's what's kept me going this morning. It's kind of like my coffee. I'll put the purple ball in the puddle and see if it has any different effect to the other puddle.
It's exactly the same as the other puddle. It's you see like a little bit of its purple energy shimmering through the puddle, but once again, not enough.
Okay. I'm gonna say, okay, John, there's something really important I need to do here. This is, you know what? For a moment, let's just put on hold the whole getting out of this maze thing. We can do that anytime. I know the way out, of course, so we can leave it at any point. At this point, we're just kind of hanging out as buds, right? We're friends. I would consider you Would you consider me your friend, John?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume so, right? We've been through so much together, so it would only make sense that as a friend, I would want to help you out here. Apart from getting out of this maze, more important,
right? Yeah, we've been traveling together. I don't know, must be weeks now, right? feels like I don't know. My memory's so hazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm years maybe even. I mean, who knows? Um, I mean, we've known each other since we were little kids. So, what I've noticed over the years, you really, I mean, you keep to yourself a lot. You don't get out. And I'm thinking now's the time for you to branch out. You really got to put yourself out there if you want to meet new people. So I need you to go up. You see that guy holding the club right there? I need you to walk up to him and introduce yourself. Really put yourself out there, and like, I think he'll take a liking to you.
He goes, man, I may be confused, but I'm not that confused. I can see that's a troll. I've been dodging those guys for years now, maybe, or however long it's been, weeks, days, hours.
Oh, John, you silly goose. I knew. I was just joshing. You know me. We like to goof. Hey, it's just silly jokes. Am I right, John?
Yeah, for sure. That's how it's always been since we were kids.
Okay. Uh, I mean, I thought he was delusional enough to go for that. That was I don't know what it would have gained me. I just thought it would have been funny. uh, I'm going to see like above the puddle. There seems to be some kind of thing up there to the left of like the wall and to the right of the hedge wall somewhere up there.
Yeah, so first of all, this is what appears to be a crashed spaceship. It looks pretty wrecked. One of its wings is broken off, just kind of sitting there. But around it, you see these guys, this guy and this guy. These, for lack of a better word, they look to you a lot like aliens. Like, this guy's got like he's got like two sets of arms, one set of arms and one set of antennae coming out of his head, but they're moving around like they were arms. Like, he's got one big eye. He's like green. Yeah. So what do you do?
I'm going to go up. I'm gonna go up to that guy and say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? I'm Bernard."
He goes, "Oh, Florp."
Hey, well, sorry, you said Blorp?
No, Florp. With an F.
Right,
as in
okay.
Fargus.
Of course. I'll just call. I mean, you know what? We don't need to be on a first name basis here. We're just acquaintances. Listen, here's the thing, man. Hey, by the way, I really like your accent. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from the first moon of Gyphobaz.
First moon of Gyphobaz. My elementary school teacher was from the first moon of Gyphobaz. That's funny. Small world, huh?
What a coincidence.
Yeah. I mean, I hear it's a great place. The views are real nice. It's a great activities to do up there.
Oh, it's lovely.
I've been thinking about vacationing over there sometime, but I haven't found the chance. It's real busy. You know how it is.
Oh, you should. It's there's some quite affordable hotels. I'm told. I've never stayed myself because I've lived there all my life, but
I mean, what brings you here to the maze in particular?
Well, we're part of a scientific expedition. You see, we were following a trail of strange energy readings that we found throughout this sector that seem to be there seems to be a high correlation between finding this particular type of energy and weird mazes kind of like this one. But so far, this planet had the strongest reading of this energy we found anywhere. But when we came in close to investigate, something went wrong with our instruments and our ship just crashed. But we maintained the scientific imperative. We are still attempting to investigate the cause of this distortion.
Yeah, I mean, my readings have found exactly the same. I've been tracking the same energy.
Really?
Me and my buddy John here, we've been on the hunt. Yeah.
And John's like,
Uh,
yep. He's like nodding his head.
and I think I mean I've seen plenty of these mazes myself. One thing I found quite particularly interesting about them is that the trolls always seem to be in this particular maze always seem to be very aggressive. Have you interacted with any of them thus far?
Oh yes, we have been fending off numerous troll attacks. Unfortunately, the situation grows desperate. We've been using our energy reserves to fend off the trolls, but our energy reserves are not infinite. Eventually, we will run out, and the trolls will be able to overrun us. We're attempting to repair our equipment to leave before that takes place.
Of course, of course. Very, very smart on your part. Is it just you, or like how many people are with you on your expedition today?
He says, we have a crew of about 5.
Oh, fine. You think I can meet the crew? I feel like I mean, if any of them are as charming and good looking as you, I would love to have a little chat.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Certainly. He brings you back over here and introduces you. He says, Glarp, this is Bernard. Was that how your name was pronounced?
Yeah, more or less. That's typical pronunciation here on Earth.
Right, Glarp says, pleasure to encounter you, Bernard. It is pleasant to see a friendly face after so many troll attacks. They introduce you to 2 more aliens who are like chilling inside the ship. They say yet another one is out wandering the maze, searching for more, like trying to find the source of the readings.
When I'm inside the ship, can I like look around and see what kind of equipment that they've got going on?
Yeah, so they've got some like, a control panel, like a console towards the front of the ship. It's like, and pretty much like you'd expect to see in a spaceship. It's like a navigational control console. They also have some instruments along the sides with a lot multiple, like some that are standalone, some that are plugged into the walls. They've just got lots of instrumentation all over the place. It's like a full advanced scientific lab. You can't recognize what half of it is, but yeah, or like any of it is really. This is all alien technology.
I'm gonna go. I see you went with the last gen control panel. Interesting choice. I would have gone with the newer model, but hey, there are ups and downs. They don't always work out the way you'd intend them to.
He goes, oh no, I totally understand the confusion, but that's not last gen. That's actually Gleepflea's model. I totally similar. I understand the confusion, but no, the Gleepfleas is the latest in aberrant energy detection, technology. But yeah.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. Silly me. I always mix them up. I was wondering what are the kinds of tech that you're using for defense here on this fine vessel.
They're saying, well, we have our force field. Whenever we can raise our force field around the ship whenever the trolls get close. We also have our portable. Holds out like a handheld device. He's like, we can shock the enemy if they get too close, but it's not powerful enough even to like render them unconscious for any period of time. It's just a painful shock, and it'll physically push them back. They weren't made as a weapon. They're a scientific tool, but we've had to repurpose them given our dire situation. And that's pretty much what we're working with at the moment.
I'm gonna ask. Do you think I could bring along one of those energy shockers? You know.
He says, unfortunately, we need all of them. Apologize, but we need to keep them here with us in case there are troll attacks. You understand? Well, where?
If I get him to look, I'm gonna try and snatch one of them and while he's not looking.
Okay. When you do that, one of the other crew members zaps you with his shocker, and you like spasm and drop the shocker, and you fall to the ground. Then they go, well, that wasn't very kind. We're gonna have to ask that you tried to steal from us.
It wasn't. I wasn't trying to steal. I was just. I was. It was like, I was seeing how you guys would respond to that. It was a social experiment. Me and John, we run a YouTube channel where we do these pranks, social experiments. It's here take 5 bronze coins. It's a reward for participating.
They don't buy it, and they ignore the coins, and they force you out, pointing the shockers at you.
Okay, what is the red thing there next to the ship?
It's like a glowing red sphere mounted on 3 legs. Like, now that you sort of made an enemy of them, they won't tell you what it is.
Right, of course. I would imagine. Okay, I'm gonna save game to before I try to steal one of their shockers, and I'm gonna go and ask them what the red sphere is.
Okay, so they go, that is part of our experiment that we're setting up to try to determine the source of the energy. You see, this energy, we believe it's having some sort of an effect on the people in this maze. We're trying to find out, to create some sort of a device which could help us get towards the center without being overcome by that effect.
Interesting. Does the sphere resemble the purple sphere in any way?
Sort of. It's like a bigger version of it, but instead of purple energy, it has like red light shining out of it. I mean,
Okay.
like, that doesn't necessarily mean they're related. Like, it's pretty generic. They're both just like clear spheres, with energy inside. They could be, but they could not.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna say, all right. Well, I think it's just about time for me to head on out. Nice chatting with you guys. Real nice meeting the crew. I think you guys are fine folks. I really hope you get out of here soon.
They say thank you, and they're like, he says, listen, we'd love to help you out. If we could get our experiment up and running, we'd be happy to give you one of the devices when we create them. But unfortunately, the trolls are interfering with our experiment at this time.
Right. That's pesky trolls. I know them well. What exactly, like, what might you need in order to get the experiment up and running?
They say, well, we just need to activate the other sphere. See, this first sphere is already activated, and we set up the 2 others, but the trolls are preventing us from getting to those, so they're preventing us from activating them. So if we're hesitating to use our shockers to get past the trolls, but if we could find a way to get the trolls out of the way, or maybe if they go away on their own, I don't know, then we can activate the experiment.
Right, right. You know what? I think I might be able to help you out with that. I got a real good relationship with these trolls. Uh, I'm I'm a very I'm a real nice guy. So I think I think I'll be able to reason something out with them.
Okay. Um, so they say, really, that would be fantastic. If you have any way to convince them to let us finish our experiment, that would be amazing. We'd be most grateful.
What is the the wall that is next to the spaceship?
The heads that the like instead of green leaves, it's dead. It's got like the leaves are dead. They're all like they've turned brown.
Interesting. Okay. Um, I'm going to see and pick up that broken piece of the wing.
All right. So first of all right. Like I guess you go around this way. They don't really notice you. You can get behind the ship, but the wing is just too big to pick up. It's like as big as you. The broken piece of it. I mean.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay. I will I will go up to the troll on the left,
All right.
and I'll say I'll like I'll tell John, like, we're gonna walk up to this troll, and we're gonna have to be presentable. We're gonna have to really put on our serious faces here. We're gonna have to do some intense negotiations. I'm gonna need you to really put your best foot forward. Can you do that for me, John?
He's like, you know it.
And and Zuvak, you too. I mean, I want to see all hands on deck for this one. All right, so let's just follow my lead. We'll see what we can get out of this guy.
Of course, I'm delighted to assist in any way I can. And he straightens up his head and he puts on a fake mustache.
Okay. Uh, Now, in our formal glory, I think we'll march up to the troll and we'll say, I'll introduce. I'll say, hello, Mr. Troll. Hello, stand down. We're here on serious business. Very important. Me and my associates have been informed that there is some kind of electronic device behind your passageway. Would you happen to know anything about this?
He smashes your head in with the club.
Okay. Same game. Uh, uh, okay. I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to run up. Okay, I'm going to hold the purple orb, and I'm gonna stand far enough away from the troll that he can't like directly hit me. He kind of has to. He would have to lunge forward. Um, and I'll just say like this. This is a bomb. I will detonate it if you step any closer.
He freezes for a moment. He looks at it and he looks at you and he looks at his club and then he goes, "Get out of the maze. Last chance."
Hey man, are you willing to sacrifice your life for this maze?
He says, "Yes." And he lunges at you with his club and uh you know, clubs you over the head.
Okay. Same game back to before I did that. Uh, I will. I'll stand. I'll try and enact a ranged attack here.
Okay.
I will stand at a decent range, and I will try to use my expert knife machete throwing skills to throw the machete aimed at his head.
Thunk. All right, you hit in his head and kill him. He falls to the ground dead.
Okay. All right. Well, that I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad a little bit. I mean, he was just trying to do his job, but sometimes
Zuvak says, I mean, you could have just thrown the machete at his leg, just saying.
Okay, well, we did that to the last guy. We got to change it up a little bit. We can't do the same thing every time.
And John says, so, like, throw it at his other leg.
But it's the same limb. I mean, I could do the arm, but it's just we have to throw a little originality out there, okay? John, listen, you don't understand the logistics of throwing machetes at people.
And John's like, if you say so, man.
I mean, tell me, John, how many machetes have you thrown at someone's head before?
He goes, I mean, not a ton.
Exactly, that's what I thought. And me, I'm an expert in this field, so I would like to hear no talk back coming from that general direction.
He's like,
and I will I'll go back to retrieve the machete and I'll pick up his I'll see if I can grab any of the troll's belongings as well as his club.
all right, he doesn't really have anything. He had the club and a little looks like a little piece of cloth in his pocket with like a sketch made by his child of the family on it, and that's it.
Okay, well, I mean, this was probably he probably made this himself, right? This was probably I doubt he has people waiting. I mean, that guy, look, there's no way anybody cared about him, right? It was.
I mean, Zuvak's like, I don't know. The evidence seems to indicate the contrary. And John's like, I don't know, man.
Okay, you know what, Zuvak? This blood is on your hands. Okay,
Zuvak's like, my hands.
I am. You would have done the same. You would have done the same given my position.
He's like, I don't think I would have.
Okay, say what you will, Zuvak, but I know you have malice in your heart.
He that hits below the belt for Zuvak, and he's like, and he turns away in anger.
Okay, I will I'll use the machete to slice off the troll's head.
And John's like, "Oh man, what are you doing?"
And then I will I'll carry it with me, and in the troll to the right, can I get to him, or is there is there something blocking me there?
Yeah, so over here there's like a pit with not deep, but it's like a few feet deep with spikes, and then on the other side of it there is like a he's got like a log over there, so you would have to, I mean, you could climb down into the pit of spikes and then climb up on the other side, but there's like a lot of spikes, and this troll is standing there and he's got his hand on a lever. Oh, let me pull this closer so you can see it. Yeah, he's got his hand on a lever over there. So, make it that way.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the pit where he can see me holding the head of his fellow troll, and I'll show him the cloth sketch as well. Actually, I'll say, listen, do you see this guy right here? Do you want this to be you?
He goes, monster! And he pulls the lever, and the log rolls over the spikes, and it hits into you and bowls you over and crushes you.
Okay. Save game to before that. I will. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to hollow out the head of this troll and wear it as a mask.
Oh my god. All right. So you're wearing um like at this point John is just like, yeah, this is kind of gross. I'm just going to take my chances on my own. And he just like wanders off. And Zubak's like, yeah, I think I'll do the same, but then he can't cuz he can't walk cuz he's on a tripod. So he's like, guess I'll stick around. so but yeah, you hollow out the head and you put it on your head. And yeah, what do you do?
I can't believe you're gonna allow me to do that. I mean, that is
Well, I mean, it's
interesting.
there's nothing in universe that would prevent it. So
I mean, it seems logistically challenging. Like, what happens to the skull? What like where? How is it gonna maintain its form? I don't know.
But if you sit there and work at it long enough, I think it's possible.
All right. Well, um, I guess I'll try to go up to this.
He goes with pleasure, and he pulls the lever.
Or no, not to pull. No, not to pull the lever. Sorry. I'll go up to him and ask him to let me across.
Okay, he said, but you're wearing the fake head?
Yeah.
He goes, Gulmeg, why are you dripping with blood? What happened? And why does your body look weird?
I'll say I got attacked by the aliens. They attacked me. I need to get over there.
He goes, goodness, you'd better get down back to home base at once for medical treatment.
Yeah, but first things first, I have to get over to your side. There's something really important I got to do.
He's like, wait a second. What do you have to do on my side?
Just trust me, man. Do you want me to bleed out over here? I mean, I'm struggling over here, and you're just gonna tell a man with critical injury that he cannot get over to your side?
There's no medical treatment over here, though. You don't look like you're bleeding out. You're standing up fine. You seem okay. Something, I don't know, Gunep. You're acting kind of suspicious right now.
I'm not acting suspicious, dude. Can you at least like take me to the medical treatment? I feel like I need an escort.
Yeah, of course. And he pushes his log over so that he can use it as a bridge to get over the spikes, and he walks over it and takes you down to the previous screen.
Okay, when he starts walking over the log, I'm gonna try to push him over the edge.
Whew. All right, he falls into the pit of spikes. He's impaled and dead.
Okay. Oh my god. I feel like I regret a lot of things here.
I mean, you could just save game and, undo them, says Zubak.
What's done is done, man. Let's not talk about what happened here today. Nobody can know.
He says, I'm definitely going to talk about it. This is going to be...
Who are you going to tell?
Well, I'm definitely going to bring it up with you again, quite a bit.
Well, I would rather you didn't, actually. This is maybe the lowest low I've ever hit.
he goes, well, all the more reason why I should, try to logic and reason you into not doing that in the future.
Well, listen, if you were in the position, this guy, he's gonna kill you. He's a real ruthless troll. I have no choice. It's kill or be killed in this scenario. I don't know what else to tell you,
He
man.
goes, sure, I would accept the argument of, that lethal violence can be justifiable in cases of self-defense. However, you approach these trolls, with intention to kill them. They were just standing here. Sure, they're protecting something and will kill anyone who tries to get past them. But you approached them, and you could have just walked away at any point. And you could have...
Okay. You know what? Maybe you're not the best person to have this conversation with Zuvak. I don't like your logic and reasoning, okay? I go off of just I know what is right in my heart of hearts. Yeah, I don't need somebody to preach to me about the morality of killing others. I understand perfectly well.
Seems like you do. He goes, listen, my friend. I totally get it. One time I totally lost my cool, and because I was reprogrammed by aliens, and sure, I went crazy and I was an evil torturer for 1,000 years. I lost my cool. It happens. I get that, right? But at the end of the day, at some point, it's got to stop. You gotta be like, I understand it's hard, but you gotta proceed forward in a way that achieves your goals while also respecting the basic tenets of morality.
I agree 100% with that. Today is not that day, Zuvak. Today we continue our path of violence and bloodshed. We will paint this maze red with the blood. Green, in fact. We will paint this maze green with the blood of our enemies.
Zuvak says, but it's already green.
Okay, well, we'll paint the parts that aren't yet green. Okay, Zuvak, you're missing the point here. The point is we're going to be the most violent creatures that this maze has ever witnessed.
You'll speak for yourself. I'm not participating.
You know what, Zuvak? I will make sure that you participate.
He just looks away in anger.
I'm going to dispose of the mask that I was wearing in the pit, and wash off my face in the puddle.
Okie dokie. You are no longer able to see the image in the puddle. It's because there's too much blood clouding the puddle.
Okay, I will go talk to the aliens and tell them that I negotiated my. You know what? Actually, before I do that, I'll put both of the bodies in the pit, and then I'll go over to them and I'll tell them I negotiated my way, with the trolls.
The aliens are like, excellent. Wait, what's that all over your face? Why is your face dripping green?
It's not. I don't know what you're talking. That was I had a Slurpee. It was a green apple Slurpee. Actually, it got spilled on my head. That's why my buddy had to go. He had to go find a napkin. That's why it's just me and Zuvak.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. Do you want to? We have a towel in the ship if you want one.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much.
All right, they give you a towel.
Okay, I clean up and then I ask them if they're gonna be able to get their project up and running.
They say, well, if you got past the trolls, would you mind, activating the extra pieces of our experiment for us?
Oh, I would love to. Do I? Is there just like a switch I have to flip? I'm not exactly familiar with this equipment.
They say like just put both hands on the sphere and like sort of twist it into place.
Okay, and I'll say okay, but one thing you're gonna have to promise me, just don't go near the pit. Uh, I um listen. A man's got to do his business
Wait,
sometimes,
why? What's in the
and
pit?
I mean, it's better that you don't know.
Well,
Is
now,
the thing
now
about
you're
that.
drawing attention to it. You're making me curious about the pit. I'm gonna have to go check it out.
You should not check out the pit, actually. In fact, if you checked out the pit, I would probably have to push you into the pit.
And he says, "You threatening me?"
No, it's not a threat. It's a promise.
I like promises, like this one. I promise you're gonna get zapped, and he zaps you.
Okay, save game to before I mention the pit. And I will. I'll go. Activate the spheres.
Okie dokie. You activate the spheres, and they both like each one turns red when it's activated, and when the third one, and they're like sort of a triangle forms between them, and there's like a swirl of energy throughout the whole place. The aliens rush into their ship and they bring out like some equipment. They set it up. It like harnesses the energy, and finally it's charged up. The equipment it shakes, and it pops out a device. It makes a few of them, one for each alien, but then they also set it to make one for you as well. So they hand you a device, which is well, I don't know. It's some sort of electric device. The alien says this should temporarily, partially counteract the ambient effect that the anomalous energy of this maze is having on you. If you keep it with you, you should be able to venture deeper into the maze without being overcome by its effects.
Now that is fantastic. Thank you. I'll be seeing you soon.
You as well. Take care.
By the way, do you think you could take possibly one of those zappers with me?
No, sorry, we need all those.
All right. Well, you know what? Fair enough. I'll head off to the top right side of the screen.
All right. You go down the top right, and that takes you here. You come out over here. What do you do?
Is that another puddle I see?
Yep.
I'm gonna look in and see what's up with the puddle.
It looks like another scene. Zuvak doesn't say anything about it because he's still mad. But it just looks like a scene of like. Here, let me hold it closer. It is like a scene of like it looks like some sort of like an airship or a spaceship, and it's flying through like. These look like walls, but made out of cloud. And, yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'll stick my face in the puddle.
All right, you clean off some of the remaining troll blood, and you feel a bit refreshed.
I will go to the right path.
All right, right over here.
The one, yeah.
Okay, so This path, first of all, you see a guy over here stuck in the like he's in the hedge, and then over here there's like a slot, like a pedestal in the ground with like a slot in the top of it, and looks like it's connected into the hedge with a wire, and then there's like a door over here that looks like an electronic door.
I'll stick Zuvak on the pedestal.
Okay, nothing happens. He doesn't fit on it.
Um, I'll talk. I'll try and talk to the guy in the hedge and say, "Hello, is anybody there?"
He goes, "Hello. Could you help me out, please?"
How'd you get yourself in this sticky scenario?
He says, "Well, I don't quite remember. But please help me out. I could use some help."
All right, I'll grab him by the legs and try and get him out of the hedge.
All right, you pull him out. He's out. He seems like a, I don't know, just an ordinary guy. He's walking with a cane. He's wearing some glasses, and he's like, "Oh, thank you tremendously."
I'll say no problem. I'm Bernard. Nice to meet you.
He says, "Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Teddy."
I'll say what is it you're doing here in this maze?
He goes, "Well, you see, I had a plan for it. Hard to, for some reason, I can't seem to remember exactly what it was, but there was some sort of a plan I had. Oh well, guess I'd better head home and figure it out, like I always do."
Yeah, that's a great idea. You should definitely head home. Do you know the way home, perhaps?
He goes, "Oh, I'll figure it out."
All right, you know what? I think you'll be well on your way. Hope to see you soon, my fair gentleman.
Likewise. Ta-ta. And he starts to.
I'll go examine the pedestal.
All right. It just looks like an ordinary. It's like a box on the ground, sort of. Apparently made of stone, but there's like a slot in it in the top for something to be stuck into, I guess.
What shape is the slot?
I mean, rectangular. It just looks like it's like about like maybe this long, or no, maybe about that long, and thin. So something thin.
Okay. I'll put a coin in it.
All right, the coin falls into it and just gets lost at the bottom. You just hear dunk.
Okay. I'll go to the bottom path and talk to the it looks like there's another troll there.
This guy? This is actually one of the aliens you met before.
Oh,
He's like, "Ah."
I'll say, hey, I met your crew earlier. They said you were out on an expedition.
Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, my crew. Yeah. Who are you?
I'm Bernard. They gave me this device that they said it would help with the confusion. Maybe if you hold on to it for just like a second, it will bring you some clarity.
All right, you handed it. You handed it to him. He.
Yeah.
All right. He's like, whoa, yeah. His eyes clear like right away, and he's like, whoa. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What how did it get here? I went to search. I was scanning for the source of the energy, and what happened after that? I was talking and I got lost. And oh yikes! I better get home right away. Thank you for your help, sir. He gives back the device and runs away up this path back to where his ship is.
All right, I'll follow the path through to the bottom of the screen.
Alrighty, so that let's see. So hold on. So the path goes off this way, and then it goes hold on, I'm getting lost in this maze. It goes here.
Okay. Interesting. I'll go down into the left.
Alright, down like this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a puddle over here. There's like a dead end over here. There's a path that goes down that way, and there's a path that goes off to the left.
I'll check out the puddle and see what I see inside.
It just looks like a tangled mess of highways, like seen from far above. There's like lots of...
I'll stick my face in the puddle.
All right. You feel a bit refreshed and a bit gross.
Okay. I am going to. Also, by the way, when I saw like the first section of the video, like the intro of your overview of the game,
Yeah.
and you said like it was a remake of Epic's game, The Maze.
Yeah.
So how much of the game is like completely like taking the screens exactly, and how much of it is like you making your own interpretation?
So this game does take like everything from Epic's game is in this, but it's like reimagined and in a totally different way. Like Epic's version of the game is like, it's not an actual maze like this. It's just like a series of screens which are like basically puzzles and enemy screens, like, you know, the first troll and whatnot. So all the puzzles and all the scenes from his original game are in here, but I've sort of reimagined it to be like a maze. So I've like tremendously fleshed it out and added like way more stuff. So I'd say it's probably like 60% original content overall.
I see. Interesting. I think that's a really interesting idea.
Thank you.
Like making it taking the puzzles from a game and then presenting them in like a different format. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll go down the path downwards from where the puddle is.
So that takes you that takes you here. So you end up here. What do you do?
It looks like there's another puddle.
Yep.
Somewhere over there.
Right over here.
I'm gonna ask Zuvek what he thinks of this puddle.
he's like, what's in it for me to tell you?
I will not chop your head off and wear it as a mask.
He's like, do your worst.
Okay. Well, what do I see in the puddle?
It looks like it's an overhead view of what looks like some maze-like catacombs, an underground. This all looks very underground. All the walls are stone, but it's like a maze-like series of passages. And then over here, the middle of it, it looks like there's like some sort of like a monstrously fat guy blocking one of the passageways.
Huh, interesting. I wonder how fat a guy has to be able to block an entire passageway. That's pretty crazy.
Indeed.
I mean, it must be a pretty large man. I'll continue up and to the left.
Alrighty, so that takes you. Wait. So that takes you actually. So as you go this way, you feel like the feeling of confusion starts to increase. You feel like more and more like you're getting lost, but you have the device with you, and that helps you keep like a little bit of focus and a little bit of clarity. So you push through, and you make it here, and you come up through here. What do you do?
What is the thing on the ground right in front of the path?
So this. Wait, you mean the puddle or you mean this?
That.
Okay, so this is that's actually a dude. That is that appears to be like let me zoom in on him a little bit. This is a weird little guy, kind of like shuffling along. Looks like he's like wearing a cloak. Like you can't see pretty much any of his face or body. He's just wearing a cloak, and he's got like, little hands and or like arms and feet, just like, but they're like totally covered.
I'll talk to him. I'll say hello. I'm Bernard.
You just see you see his eyes shining out from beneath his cloak, and they're just like totally glazed over, and he just says, "The Dank, I am the Dank," and he just keeps walking.
Does he look like a human or like something else?
I mean, he's covered in the cloak. You can't really see clearly, but he's at least generally a human-like figure. Kind of short, but generally humanoid.
Okay. I mean, humans can be pretty short. I think
True.
there's a wide range of heights.
Yeah.
So who's to say whether or not this guy is a human?
Exactly.
Let's check out the puddle that's above him and see what I can see in there.
All right. So this is another fountain, or just like the other one, you can see a smattering of those old coins in the water. Oh, sorry, you're checking out the puddle. My bad.
Yeah.
So this puddle's a little different. It looks like you're seeing the image from a different perspective. So this one is so it looks like there's like a shadowy figure over here we're seeing from over his shoulder, and it looks like he's in the middle of some sort of like a mazy, like an intersection of passageways, and the walls are stone, and there's like a there's like a statue at the end of this passageway, and it's holding up a bowl.
Interesting. I will I will I will touch my nose to the puddle.
All right, your nose feels gross and refreshed.
Okay. I'll check out the fountain.
All right, on your way to the fountain, you realize that some water got in your nose, and you snort it up.
Okay.
Um, that being the case, yeah, you check out the fountain. Like I said, it does have a smattering of coins at the bottom of it. There's a pedestal, or in the center, with another statue. This one is bigger and taller than the first statue. It's got 3 horns this time, and they're pointing upwards, all 3 of them. The face doesn't have a mouth, but just looks angry, sort of like evil slits for eyes. And at the base, there's these 4 lights. These are ground that are currently not lit up.
Interesting. And this looks like similar to the same kind of figure that was depicted in the other fountain, right?
I mean, similar, but not the same guy. Because the other fountain had he had only 2 horns and they were pointing forward. This one has 3 horns and they're pointing upwards. And this one is also larger. But other than that, it's a pretty generic. You can't. The statue doesn't have too many details. It's a generally humanoid shape, but it doesn't have a mouth or a nose or any defined muscles or anything. It's just very general. The only really distinguishable feature is the horns and the eyes.
Okay. I'll search for more coins in the water and pick up what I find.
All right, you find a bunch.
I will go to the left, the bottommost path that goes to the left of the page.
All right, down here. So that would take you. That actually leads to a dead end right over here.
Interesting. Okay. I'll instead go up and to the left on the path right above that.
This one? All right.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So this this is going to take you over here. So you come out over here. What do you do?
Interesting. I will go back and instead go on the upmost path to the left.
The uppermost, like this one?
Or not the upmost, one down from that one.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
All right. So that takes you over here. Oh, hey. There is a key on the ground.
Okay, I'll take the key.
Alrighty.
I will go try and find my way back to the podium.
To the podium?
Yeah, with the door, with the electronic door, with the slot.
Ah. Well, here's where I'm going to get a bit evil and say, sure, how do you get there?
Okay.
I thought you knew your way.
Good question.
Maze, right?
Down The path down on the bottom of the page to the right.
At the bottom to the right. All right, you go down that way, and that takes you. Wait, no, not there. That takes you. Yeah, here. Okay, you come out over here.
Then I'll go upwards.
Upwards, like over here. Okay, so that takes you. Here.
I will now. I will now be lost. I will now have no idea where to go. I will now. I'll go up, upwards again.
Okay.
Under the bridge.
Under the bridge, so up here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that takes you. That takes you here. And yeah, you are met with a dead end. There's like an arrow on the ground, and there's like a wall of lots of rocks at the end of the passageway.
What is the arrow like? Is it painted in like red paint or like what is it? What is it made with?
Yeah, it's painted with yellow paint.
Okay. And if I go up to the rocks and like feel them, do they feel
They
solid?
do.
If I try to move them around, will they budge at all?
No, they're pretty heavy. Like you're not able to move. They're like mostly boulders and some smaller rocks as well. Like but it's like these are pretty big rocks.
Okay. I'm going to go to the left to the puddle. Or no, is that
This is
can I not
this
go
is a
that way?
bridge over the passage you're on. You just went under that bridge.
Okay.
The only way you can go.
Then I'll go back down.
Alrighty. Okay, so that takes you back here.
And I will go up and left.
Alrighty. So that, let's see. Alright, so that takes you. I don't need to line these up. Point is, that takes you up here to where you met the alien.
Okay, I'll go over to the right of the puddle.
Alrighty, you go to the right of the puddle.
And I'll check out the podium over there.
Mm-hmm. The pedestal.
And I'll see if the key fits in it.
It does not.
Okay. Pedestal, right?
Yeah. It's like too wide for the key is like this, whereas the slit, whatever you want to call it, it's like this wide. Like it's thin but
okay.
long, I mean.
I'll stick my machete in the pedestal.
Okay, it fits perfectly. Ka-chink! And the electronic door opens.
I'll go through the door.
Okie dokie. So that takes you. do you do?
I'll look at the thing above me. I don't know what that.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
This is so over here. There is a pipe, a large pipe, and there is like a flame shooting out of the pipe, and it's just nonstop shooting out of the pipe.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought it might be, but I also do not understand why that would be here. So very intriguing to say the least.
Indeed.
I will. I'll say Zuvak. What do you think about this flame?
He goes, well, seems pretty hot.
I'll go. I don't want to hear what you have to say, and I'll throw him in the flame.
Ah! All right, he dies.
Okay. Same game to before I did that. I'll check out the puddle.
Okay, so the puddle, yeah, it looks like another scene from a another maze. This one looks like it's happening in an underground cave somehow, but not nicely polished, stone like the others. This is like a naturally occurring cave. And you see some like little figures in there. Looks like a snowman. There's like a dude, like a robot or something. And that is definitely Zuvak.
I'll say, hey, look, Zuvak, it's you.
He goes, "Oh, hey, it's me. What am I doing there?"
Do you remember this at all?
He goes, "Well, yes, I Wait, why should I tell you? What's in it for me?"
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, I respect that. You really stay true to your values. I fully respect you for that.
He says, "I have to, lest I become a torturer for another 1,000 years."
Of course, yeah. Easy trap to fall into, happens to the best of us.
It does. It's true. And let me tell you, man, that sucked. I did not enjoy that at all. So, I mean, I did at the time, but but in retrospect, like, man, it was not a fun existence. Being like a goody two shoes is way more rewarding ultimately.
You know what? I think you're probably right about that one, but in my case, I would have to disagree. I think me as Bernard, I feel like I'm kind of a menace to society. It's kind of my role that I fill. Somebody's got to be the villain in the story ultimately, and if no one else, I think it has to be me.
I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, I think most certainly there has to be a villain.
I mean, we could all just choose to, get along and be, be kind to each other. I mean, that would work too. I'm just saying.
No, that's absurd. I don't know why you would suggest such a thing. I'll go to the path above the puddle upwards.
The one with the fire in it, or the one to the right?
The one to the right.
Okay, so there's a dude in there. He's like just sitting down, looking confused and despairing. And behind him, there's like, it looks like another one of those guys, like the one you saw at the other screen, the one like who called himself the Dank. It's like another guy like that behind, like is this guy over here. And then over here is like a note.
Or humanoid.
Yeah. So there's like a note on the ground and like a pencil he was writing with.
I'll ask him. What are you doing over here, dude?
He's like, "I give up. I've been lost in this maze. I don't even know how long. I don't know the way out. I don't even care if I get out anymore. Nothing matters, man. Like, what's even the point of getting out? I don't even know. I was just writing this note. Whoever finds it, just know, who I was. That I was. My name is Well, whatever my name was, it was something. I was trying to write that down so that. But yeah, you have a good point. I don't even know why I care about that. I don't, like, who cares if someone finds me? What's even, like, what does it even matter if they know what happened to me? It's too late. Like, I'm already just so lost.
I mean, if the trolls really wanted people out of the maze, why don't they just like show them the way out? Like, is that crazy?
He goes, uh, yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Maybe it's all a ruse. I think they're up to something.
Hmm. Meanwhile, this guy is like he was this the dank guy. He was sneaking up on the human you're talking to, and now he's like frozen in his tracks, and he's just like his eyes are wide, and he's just like staring intently.
I'll read the note that he was writing.
Okay, so the note says, "My dearest, dot dot dot, dot dot dot." Anyway, so remember when, that place in our dot dot dot, behind the dot dot dot. Anyway, I'm lost. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. The point is, what I wanted to say. Dot dot dot. So this maze. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. And that's as far as he got.
Uh, Poor guy.
Yeah.
I'll help him out of here once I deduce what's going on. For sure, for sure,
Cool.
definitely. Um, I'll follow the bridge to the bottom right.
Oh, interesting. All right. So we follow the bridge to the bottom right. That is going to take you. Whoops. Wait. Um. Okay. So that takes you over here, and you find uh, a strange smooth rock, like a spherical stone on the ground.
I'll feel it and see if it makes me feel any differently
Nope,
in the maze.
it's just a spherical stone.
I will pick it up and I'll take it with me,
All right, you got it. Hold on,
and
hold
then
on.
I'll go to the left of
Sorry, go on.
I'll go to the left of the screen with the puddle.
Um, Left of the screen with the puddle. Oh, you mean like you go back up to this screen and go past the puddle?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And where are you going from there?
Uh, Back to the left.
Okie dokie. You go back to the left, so that takes you back here.
Then I'll go down to the right.
Okie dokie. Down to the right takes you. Wait. Gah. Takes you here.
Sorry about that. I will now go Uh, to the top right.
All right, top right. That takes you back. Um, Back over here to where the rocks are.
I will see if the smooth stone will fit anywhere in the rocks.
Um, it doesn't. There's no like slot or anything. It's just like rough, natural rocks. And the rock, it's like a rock wall that goes like all the way up.
Okay. I'll try to climb the wall, the rock wall.
All right, it works. You're able to climb it. You climb and climb and climb, and finally, you get to the top of the maze. And hey, now you're at the top of the maze. You like look out over, and you can see the whole maze stretching out in front of you. And yeah, you can see like over the walls and whatnot.
Do I see anything like that particularly stands out to me?
No.
Can I walk on top of the hedges?
Okay, so you try to walk on top of the hedges. You come out off of the top of the rocks, and it's not a little bit, and you're like tripping a bit, and you're getting scratched up quite a bit. But you are able to move along the tops of the top of the wall a little bit.
I'm going to try to go over the top of the wall to the top left.
Alrighty. So you follow the wall to the top left. You go up that way. That takes you here. So you make it over here somewhere. You're over there. What do you do?
I'll see if I can try to climb down the wall and get back into the maze.
All right, yeah, sure. You're able to climb back down the wall. You get scratched up quite a bit, and you're slipping and falling. There aren't really like branches to hold your weight. Ultimately, when you make it like 10 feet above the ground, you fall completely and like fall, on your ass. Pardon my language, but yeah, you hurt yourself, but you're okay, and yeah, you make it back into the maze.
Okay. I will go to the left, where it looks like there's like a soccer goal.
Alrighty, you come over here, and yeah, there is indeed a soccer goal.
Is there a guy in front of it?
Yep, there is a guy. He looks like a goalie.
I'm gonna try. Is there a ball right there?
Yep, ball right over here. Soccer ball.
I'm gonna try and use my expert soccer skills to kick it into the goal.
All right. You use your expert soccer skills. You go. You crack your knuckles. You're like. You look that goalie in the eyes, and you're like, you're going down. And he's like, so you get just the right angle. You're fast. You're quick. Your aim is precise. Bam! You hit the ball. The goalie dives for it. He misses the ball. The ball goes right into the goal. It hits the net and it bounces out of it. And yeah, that's it. The goalie is just like laughing at you now.
What's so funny? I don't think I think I don't think that was particularly laughable.
He just continues laughing.
What is to the right? There looks to be like a box or something.
This is actually a note on the ground. I don't recommend reading it though.
Okay, I'll read the note.
Okay, the note says, if you read this, you die, and you die.
Okay, save game to before I read the note.
Okay.
I will. I'll take the note and put it in my inventory, but I won't. I won't like look at it.
Okie dokie, you got it.
Um, is this the Death Note?
Hard to say.
Um, I'm going to. Is there when I go to the right and up? Is there a troll blocking my path there?
Like over here. Oh, by the way, I will mention
Yeah.
that at the top of this there is actually like a door over here, sort of to the right. It's just that it's locked. It's another electronic door. But yeah, if you go back up around here, yes, this is a troll blocking the path.
Um, I will say look at this, and I'll hold the Death Note up to his face.
He doesn't read it. He smashes it out of your hand and then smashes your head.
Okay, save game until before I did that. Um, I will I'll make a paper airplane out of the Death Note. Um, and I will fly it in his direction towards his face.
Did he see you throwing it towards him?
Ideally not, but
Well,
if he
I mean,
does,
how
then
are
he
you gonna
does.
prevent it? Where are you hiding somewhere?
I would be like behind the wall and like I would stick my arm out and like toss it.
All right. In that case, he'll just see it. He'll be like, "Huh?" And he opens it, looks at it, and drops dead.
I'll go over to him and I'll pick up his club.
All right, you got it.
And then I'll look at what he had in the path that he was guarding.
This is just a lever.
I will pull a lever.
You hear something coming from the screen to the south of here.
Okay. I will go over to the door that's above the goal and see if there are any like keyholes.
Nope, no keyholes. It's just like electronically locked.
I'll ask the goalie if he knows how to open the door.
He like just laughs and nods. He's like,
Can you tell me how to open it?
he says, maybe if you can beat me.
Okay. Um, I will. I'll take the Death Note paper air. I will. Um, I will hit the goalie with a club,
Okay, you knock him out. Nothing happens.
and then I'll put the soccer ball in the goal,
Okay, the soccer ball's in the goal.
and then I walk away to the right.
All right. Let's see. That takes you here. You come out over here.
I will go down, where the pipe with the fire was, but like
Yeah.
right on the other side of the wall, like.
Yeah. So it's another one of those dank guys, and he's like controlling like some controls over here. He's just like,
I will bonk him on the head with the club.
all right, that knocks him out, and yeah, the fire stops.
I'll look at his control panel and see if there's like a button to like open a door.
Um, I'm gonna say there is.
Okay, I'll click it.
All right, this door over here opens.
I will go to the path to the right of where the dank guy was and see if there's anything over there.
Yeah, so this is a dead end, and there is a rock there.
Is it particularly smooth?
No, it's just an ordinary rock.
All right, I'll put it in my inventory. I will go down to where the fire was, and it looks like there's a little something on top of the pipe.
Yeah, it's a key. I will save you some time though, and I'll just tell you that the key was actually for this door. So you were supposed to get the key and then open the door with that, but you bypassed that door entirely. So yeah, that key is useless.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. I will then look inside the pipe and see if there's anything there.
Nope, just an empty pipe with some like flame emitters inside, like built into it. I mean,
Okay, I'll go to the left of the screen.
um, going up to the top left or bottom left?
Bottom left.
All right. So that takes you back. Wait, whoops, that's the wrong screen. Oh yeah, we're back here. So same screen. So yeah, that takes you back to here.
I will see if I see any like changes that happen in the screen from pulling the lever.
Nope, not here.
Okay. I'll go um I'll go back down to the right.
All right, that takes you here. Come over here.
And then I will go to the left.
Okie dokies. That takes you here. Yeah, okay, so this light is now lit up green.
Okay. I'll go to the right again.
Alrighty. No, that's the wrong one. Alright, you're back here.
Okay. This is a very like very mind-bending game. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
I like having to like trace back my steps and like figure out like what to do, and like the fact that it's like kind of open and where I can go, and then I have to kind of decide what challenges I want to tackle and like what I want to do first.
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
But it's actually it's getting a little bit late for me. I think I might have to wrap it up.
Alrighty. We can stop there and continue another time as you if you like.
Oh, most certainly. I'm excited, in fact, to complete this game. I I wonder how my gameplay has has compared to the intended solutions to the game.
So far, very different. Yeah, like I was imagining a very different path. But I mean, like that's kind of the point of the maze is, there are many different ways to approach it, which is cool. I'm kind of thinking I should also like play it with some other folks, to approach it differently,
Yeah, I would hope that I am the only one to kill a troll, chop its head off, hollow it out, and wear it as a mask.
Yeah, one would hope, but you never know. Like, one thing I've learned from DMing or GMing, PC GMing a lot of PCGs is, people can get pretty evil sometimes if you give them the opportunity.
Well, I mean, listen, when you're presented with a challenge and it's just, when there's a guy who just keeps killing you over and over again, sometimes it gets the better of you.
Yeah.
It really overtakes your moral.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely know the feeling.
I just feel like sometimes you just even more so than wanting to beat the game, you just want to get revenge.
Yeah. Understandable.
But this is a really fun game. I really enjoy it. I think the combination of the working together of your ideas and Epic's ideas is very interesting, and I'm very much enjoying this experience.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I had a ton of fun making it. Working Epic's ideas into yeah, it's a super cool thing. And yeah, thanks for playing. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for playing with me. I really appreciate you being willing to play it on stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can't wait to continue our playthrough.
Totally. Oh, hey, look, Epic's in the stream like right when we're ending.
Perfect timing.
But yeah, thanks for playing, and have a great day.
You too. I'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later. See you.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, folks. Yeah, Epic, thanks for joining us right at the very end. I was at a sport. Oh, man, I couldn't join. Unfortunate. But yeah, this is we've been playing through the maze. If anyone wants to see our playthrough, you can just rewind this stream. The whole thing should be there. I'll make sure it's continues to be up. I might even edit this into some videos later and post them like separately, or I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think I would like to get some lunch. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching. PCG you later.